Let's go ahead and write out the constructor function called software developer. So just to recap, when software developer is invoked with the new keyword, it's going to create a new object that has a favorite language property that has a value of JavaScript. Now, let's go ahead and call the software developer constructor function with a new keyword and create a new object. Let's call it developer. If we check out what developer looks like, we can see that it's indeed an object over here with a single property, favorite language, points to a string JavaScript. And what's really nice is that we can also see the constructor function, software developer, referenced over here in Chrome DevTools as well. Now, instead of calling the software developer constructor function to create a new object, let's write one out manually. Let's write it out with object literal notation. We'll call this one other developer. Great, and let's access it just for good measure. So compared to developer, it seems like the object looks pretty much the same actually. Again, just a single property pointing to JavaScript, just like over here. But notice that the constructor function that we created it with isn't listed in Chrome DevTools. It might look kind of different depending on if you're using, let's say, Safari DevTools or maybe something in Firefox, but in Chrome, it usually shows the constructor function that created it right over here. Let's open up each of these. And now let's check out their proto properties. Don't worry too much about what proto is for now. We'll take a deep dive into it a little bit later. So you can see that the constructor for the developer object was actually the software developer constructor function. But in the case of other developer, the constructor property actually points to the object constructor. So just a quick comparison, the prototypes are going to be a little bit different, and we'll take a deeper dive into each of these shortly.